Hi there folks, and welcome to this week's Work Solutions for the Daily Rigour issue number 119. So a top story arguably in Scotland last week was V&A in Dundee opened up this fantastic new building. So it's made up of 2,466 stone panels which each weigh around 3,000 kilograms. So what is the weight of all the stones needed to make this building in tonnes? Well, we can work out the kilograms first of all by multiplying the number of stone panels by their weight, the weight of each stone in kilograms. So that's going to give us the weight in kilograms, but if there's 1,000 kilograms in a tonne, it means there's going to be less tonnes than there are kilograms, so we can divide that by 1,000. Of course, the easiest way to do the calculation was just 2,466 times 3. But anyway, the answer to that was coming out as 7,398 tonnes. It's an awful lot of stone. So on to our second story. This lovely couple from Newcastle won £1,000,000 on a scratch card, and they want to buy a larger house for their 2 children. So nice modest thing to do with the money. So if we're trying to work out how much money they'll have left if they spent this average amount on the house. So we're basically going to take that away from £1,000,000. So of course you probably would have wanted to set your working out rather than try and do it mentally, but for that you should have got an answer of £809,102 left, so they can maybe get a nice car and a holiday and a few other things as well, I'm sure. So I love story number 3. The grammar police are out and now Land's End has an apostrophe in it. So Land's End of course been right down at the bottom of England and right to the northern point in Scotland. John O'Groats, it's 874 miles. So there's a world record for cycling this distance held by Andy Wilkinson, and we want to know how many seconds did it take him. So 1 day, we've got to change that to seconds first of all. So there's 24 hours in a day, and then there's 60 minutes in an hour, and then 60 seconds in a minute. So this calculation here will give us the number of seconds in 1 day. So 17 hours, so we can multiply by 60 to get the number of minutes in 17 hours, and then multiply by 60 again to get the number of seconds in 17 hours. So 4 minutes, that's going to be easier. We just have to times by 60 because there's 60 seconds in a minute, and the 22 seconds is already in seconds, so we just add the 22 at the end. And all of this comes to this number here, which we've been asked to write in words. So it's 147,000, and then the 8 is going to be 800, the 6 is going to be 6 tens, which is 60, and the 2 units we obviously just write as 2. So 147,862. So on to my favourite story of the week, definitely one that I think I'm going to apply for. NASA are paying £12,000 to sleep for 70 days. So are NASA paying a fair wage? Well, we can kind of work out the hourly rate, and it's the best way to compare it, I think, with the UK living wage. So £12,000 for 70 days. Well, if we divide by 70, that tells us how much we're going to earn for 1 day of sleeping. Now here's the trick. You've got to stay in bed the whole time. You're being paid for staying in bed, which means you're always working. So you're going to be working for 24 hours every day. Don't get me wrong, it's not the most taxing work. So if we divide by 24, that's going to be the hourly rate, which comes out when you round to 2 decimal places as £7.14. So no, NASA are not paying a fair wage, and that's because their hourly rate is below the UK living wage. So I suppose there was a few ways you could have interpreted that question. I wonder what solutions you came up with. But anyway folks, that was our work solutions for the Daily Rigour issue number 119. We hope you enjoyed solving these problems, and stay tuned for next week's edition when we're going to be looking at more stories from the news of the week and the numbers behind them. But in the meantime, thanks for watching, and bye for now.